This is really one of our first forays into the city of Philadelphia that we have just moved to. You know this little guy.
I'm Anthony.
I am Daddy. I'm full-blooded Italian.
I'm half Italian.
When it comes to Italians in Philadelphia, there is no more famous one than that guy who's on your t-shirt right there.
Rocky Balboa.
So we are taking a tour of a lot of the sites, not specifically just from Rocky Balboa with the movie, but a very famous part of the movie that may be the most iconic piece of it.
The run through Philadelphia.
The really funny thing is about the fact that with that run, they don't actually, it's not like one regular full course, because it hops to different parts of the city. So we're only going to be able to get to a few of those parts today.
Yeah.
But it's a way of exploring this awesome new city that we have moved to.
Yeah.
We recently had a chance to head to Muhammad Ali's actual camp up in Deer Lake, Pennsylvania. We haven't shown you the Rocky movies yet, I don't think.
No.
I'm a bad father. I apologize. You need to put me out in the doghouse for that. I know. But we're going to have a ball exploring Philadelphia this way.
Yeah.
Come join us. And the spot we're at this very moment is the home of Rocky's girlfriend and eventually wife here on Lambert Street, 2313 South Lambert Street. This is the place where he walked down the staircase and started his crazy run around the city. And you had a very interesting point.
God bless the people who live here. Have every day probably dozens, if not hundreds, of people come by, especially in the summer.
If I lived here, I'd be like leaving a tip jar and taking tips, or like dropping something off.
Or like have 20 million security cameras.
I'm sure they do.
Yeah.
But I'd make it a bit welcoming. And they are with the Christmas decorations, which we greatly appreciate.
Yeah.
It is in the shadow of the world capital of cheesesteaks that Rocky Balboa ran down right here, 9th Street, at the entryway to the Italian Market neighborhood.
Oh, okay.
We're about to explore that neighborhood. You want a cheesesteak, kid?
Nah.
Probably good for your health.
I want some, some pizza. I want some good Italian food.
I'm sure eventually we'll have you try one of these. Pat's is pretty good. I haven't tried Gino's yet, but yeah, there are better cheesesteak spots here in town, but it's always worth giving it a shot. Part of the story of Rocky's run is that he would run right here down 9th Street.
Okay.
There were all these trash canisters, these huge trash canisters that were serving as places to get warm because people would start fires within them in a controlled atmosphere. That way they could stay warm during the winter. And he would always be running past these firelit trash canisters. And in the movie, people would yell, "Go Rocky!" There's now a very strong Mexican contingent as well. Hispanic presence here inside this neighborhood, which is so awesome. The mix of cultures that's now here, as well as the traditional Italian neighborhood. And I love how there's so many different types of foods that you can purchase on the outside. All this fresh seafood. Oh my gosh. This is incredible. Meat markets like this place are actually part of Rocky's story as well. Because he would work inside a meat market as his job while he was training. And as one of the ways to strengthen his arms, remember when you were trying to punch that punching bag?
Uh-huh.
He would punch slabs of meat and use them as a punching bag. Italian sausage. Since moving to Philadelphia, I certainly can become a Flyers fan, but this mascot,
Yeah, it's interesting.
It's awesome. We interrupt this regularly scheduled program about cheesesteaks and so many other things to talk about one of the great channels that has donated to our $1,000 for 1,000 subs in Thanksgiving for reaching 1,000 subs, we are donating to Sunshine Kids, a childhood cancer organization that has been beloved by Tom Grossi and the Grossi Posse, the group that got us over 1,000 subscribers. This channel behind us is the channel from the work of New York Brothers. They are a fantastic Asian family based in New York City. They do very similar things in doing family type of journeys around where they live and beyond. Great channel to check out, especially for tips on New York City travel, and so many of us love to go to that great town. We have a video, of course, from our New York experiences. They got a ton of them. Subscribe to them, give them a Sorgy Swarm. We thank you for helping raise money for the battle against childhood cancer, and we're going to thank all our donors. Go to the link in the comments and help us reach $1,000 and surpass it to help Sunshine Kids. Back to the video. We are doing you a bad disservice if we don't take you here. Of course we have to take it in. Right here, buddy, is the most historic Italian restaurant in town, Ralph's. It's been around since the early 20th century. Fortunately, we don't have any outdoor dining for us right now, but it is right next door to the Great Sarcone Bakery, which also closes early on Sundays, but it's such a tradition. Philadelphia has something that could cause some problems for our family, because in Philly, when you have pasta with like red tomato based sauce, like a meat sauce, meatball sauce, or marinara sauce, they don't call it sauce. They call it gravy. It's a Philly tradition. But for my wife, who is from the American South, that's a bit of a problem.
I would be excommunicated from my family. Gravy is gravy.
Because you don't put pasta sauce on biscuits.
No.
In this town, you've got cheesesteaks, you've got chicken cheesesteaks, you've got buffalo chicken cheesesteaks, all that are good. But Lorenzo's is something that I've never seen before. The Christmas cheesesteak. We are going to have some big time leftovers. Wow. We're taking these out. This looks like a cheesesteak with almost like the jardiniere that you get on a good Chicago Italian beef sandwich. So this could be really interesting. I see why Lorenzo's has been ranked best of Philly in the cheesesteak category. Oh my gosh. The cheese is almost non-existent because it bleeds into the rest of the steak so well, and the use of the peppers, outstanding. You've already learned the East Coast fold-over style.
Pretty good.
Awesome. What are our layers?
Yeah, so here you got the mini M&Ms all over. Then you got your chocolate, then you got your pretzel, and then you have more chocolate on the bottom.
Now, little buddy, we are at the most famous spot of the entire Rocky Run.
Yeah, the Philadelphia Museum of Art on a chilly evening. I'm cold.
In the movie, he actually goes down the entire parkway, which goes down to City Hall, about 1.5 miles, and basically sprints from City Hall all the way down here, at least in the movie.
Wow.
That is ridiculous.
Yeah.
That's a long distance. It is so chilly that we need to run in place right now just to stay warm.
Yeah, my legs are cold.
I don't blame you. This also happens to be one of the world's great art museums, at least one of America's, if not the world's. I'd put them on the top of the planet. And just the architecture of the building itself is an absolute monument. One of the great designs of an art museum in the world. When in Philadelphia, you must do this. Otherwise, you're not doing it right, are you?
Nope.
Is it time?
Yeah.
Let's do this! You made it! You made it! Do you even have enough energy to do the jump around and... I don't blame you. But look at the view. Look at the view.
Let me put my glasses on.
It's just special. Dude, how cool is it? This place is now home for us.
It's pretty cool.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you for taking this ride with me, little buddy.
Thank you for taking this ride with me.
We have taken you to some of the Rocky Run locations. There are certainly many more throughout the city we just didn't have time to get to today.
Yeah.
But we have more adventures coming in the city of brotherly love, our new home. What should people do to keep watching our stories?
You gotta like, share, subscribe. But I can't even remember. I'm so
Ding, 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 as Apollo Creed told Rocky Balboa in Rocky 3.
And no. As the Liberty Bell says.
Oh, that too. How appropriate here in Philadelphia. For little buddy, I am Daddy.
So long from the Philadelphia Museum of Art here in Center City, Philadelphia.
I think I see a couple of magic words, buddy. Number 1, the best Italian ice we've had so far in Philly, and probably the best on the planet, Rita's. But they're closed! They're closed! So of course, while we're waiting, I sprint across to Anthony's and get us a bit of something, and apparently with Anonymami with Carrie Marie here. What just happened?
Yeah, so you dropped it off right here, and she looked inside, and I thought she was seeing what it was, but it wasn't. I said, what are they? She said, I don't know. I said, am I supposed to know? She said, I don't know. So I said, look here. I said, can you look inside and see what it is? And she said, do you dare me? I said, yeah.
So of course, mean mommy. Mean mommy.
I don't know if I had big feet or Rocky had small feet, because
It looks like you've got some, for your age, pretty good sized feet.
yeah.
Not bad. Not bad. Now as for me, I got like Shaquille O'Neal sized feet.